That's a good problem.
All right, so the reason why you guys are all here, we have a fantastic program today on social media. How would you like to have a thriving career utilizing social media and paying nothing for leads?
Yay. Yes.
All right, so we've got some people, a couple of great guys from our Naples office. They were referred to me by Ashley Guidus. We used them in a team meeting in Bel Air. Who are going to talk to you about exactly that.
So we
Okay,
got
Joshua.
Yep, there we go.
Joshua.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes. Introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about your team and what you're doing in Naples.
Okay, so my name is Joshua Holt. I'm one of 3 founding members of the Luxury Alliance team. We're based in Naples. Our team operates from Sarasota down to Marco Island on the West Coast. And then on the East Coast of Florida, we operate from Jupiter to Miami and even in the Keys. I was born in Florida, so I'm one of the originals. I'm not from Naples, but my wife and her family are. Before I got into real estate, I was an actor. I did home construction, home remodeling, and I got into real estate off of a whim. And for about 7 or 8 months, I was doing traditional lead generation methods because I truly knew nothing. I was very naive as a new agent, which I don't think is a bad thing at all. I wound up joining Keller Williams, which, by the way, is the greatest country in the world, or greatest company in the world. And
Both are true.
Here, both are true. Both are true. Here we are today. And last year, our team was able to help 118 families for nearly 65 million in volume, and we legitimately paid $0 for lead generation. That's a little bit about me. I will let Nick talk. He is the original founding member of our team. Take it away, sir.
How are you guys doing? Nick Westbrook here. I was actually born in Clearwater, raised in Largo until I was 4, so I know a lot about your market. I moved to Brooksville, Florida when I was 4 years old and started playing baseball, went to college, played some professional baseball. And then I got into business when I got released and started running big box retail stores. So after that happened, my wife actually retired me from a multi-level marketing company, and she taught me how to market through social media. So we were making, about $9,000 a week. I left my corporate job, best thing I ever did in my life, got my real estate license, helped her build her company even larger, and took the real estate license and literally did everything that we learned from multi-level marketing and brought it into real estate, which is very unique. We just taught a class yesterday in Boca Raton. We had about 60 people, and we asked if anybody has ever heard of our tactics, and literally everybody said no. So we're very excited to come there, share everything that we are doing, and teach you guys exactly what we're doing and how to get leads for free through social media, the organic way and the authentic way. So that's pretty much it for me. Can't wait to see you guys. Josh, if you have anything else.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're going to talk a little bit, but so
Okay.
As Nick was saying, yesterday we taught a class. Our typical class is about 2.5 hours. There's a lot of information that comes into it. So today we've got about 25 or so minutes. We'll just kind of give you some little teaser tidbits about what we do. It's interesting because I'm looking at a whiteboard and Nick's face. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to throw out the question, because this tends to be a class that's conversation based, and it's what do I say? It's so interesting to people. Everybody wants to ask questions. So if you have anything in particular, feel free to just yell it out over the camera. But the essence of what we do is share our lives in a manner with our audience on social media, primarily Facebook, in a way that they follow us for who we are, and then they happen to know that we are real estate agents. And because of that, this happened to Nick literally 2 times yesterday. He got 2 brand new listing leads, and it wasn't a, hey, I want you to come over to my house and show me why I should list with you. It was a, hey, I want to list my house. When can you put it on the market? And that is all done organically through the way that we post on social media and how we interact with other people.
And we, literally all we do is I'm at a restaurant right now with a Lennar realtor who's a good friend of mine. We actually met on social media, and he's giving me listings from people who go into the office that need to sell. So we just have different unique ways to get listings as well. So we're going to cover a lot of that with you guys, but Josh is right. Probably in the last, I would say 3 years, I've had 90 to 100 people reach out to me saying, I want you to come list my property. And the reason that is because of the way that we do things through social media and how we post, and we literally just let people in. So, you know, we don't have our pages on private. We pretty much share everything about our life. And when you do that, it pulls people in to already know you. So even when you meet them in person, they already know about your kids, your family. And I know this is scary to a lot of people, but you got to think about it this way. We are real estate agents. And if you're going to be an undercover agent, you're never going to be uber successful. So a lot of people have to get out of that mindset, and they need to learn to open up the doors and let people in, because when you start doing that, the wealth just comes to you. And it's just such an easy way to convert. Our lead conversion through social media is close to 100%. Honestly, it's typically not, there's really never a lead that reaches out to us and that we don't close. I don't think it's ever happened.
Yeah, it's a good point that you bring that up, because the way that we do business, people ask us how much of our business is generated through social media. And in true all honesty, it is a full circle 100% kind of deal. Even if direct leads from Facebook is 75, 80%, it doesn't matter, because every single person that we know, we're friends with on social media. And so they're watching what we're doing. For us, it's about building the trust back up in the real estate agent. There's this stigma across the market, across the entire nation, that real estate agents are used car salesmen, and rightfully so. Legitimately, when I got my license, I knew nothing. I mean, how many people can say that we believe what people think about us is not actually true? Interactive heart. Everybody in the room I can't see say yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. So that's something that we're fighting against. Not really fighting against, but building against. In a way, our goal is for people to know, if you're an audience member, if you're one of Nick's audience members, his goal is for you to know he loves golf. He's a very good golf player. He loves riding dirt bikes. His son plays soccer, and he happens to be a badass real estate negotiator. And that's how we formulate the way that we post on social media. 25% or less, typically business, the smallest amount, because no matter what, everybody knows that you're already in real estate. And we just want them to know who you are, so that they don't think you are a used car salesman. And it's a thing that we call authentic attraction marketing, basically just being as real as you can be with everybody, and then letting them know what you do as a professional real estate agent.
So, Josh, what you said about building the credibility, can you hear me? This is Sharon. Building the credibility.
We can hear.
As an agent, because we don't want people to think that we're used car salesmen. What kind of content should our agents post, and where do you get your content that makes us, that gives us credibility? I
can touch on that. It's pretty much the essence of what we do. Instead of just saying we just closed a $2, $3, $4 million house and just showing a picture of that property, we actually take it upon ourselves to kind of blog about it and tell the story about how we negotiated it, how we got them a lease back for free, just giving all of the tactics that we're doing throughout the transaction and being transparent about it shows other people that we know how to negotiate, that we're helping our clients, that we care about them. And Josh has an amazing post that we're going to share with you guys when pretty much towards the end of the teaching class. And he's going to just read through the whole thing, and you're going to understand exactly how we do it and what we do.
That's
Josh,
the
you want to
real,
touch on anything?
the real class that he's talking about. But yeah,
Yeah.
so it's oh, I had a thought and I lost it. It's very important. You're talking about something. For us, it's getting back. Oh yeah, here it is. Boom. This is it. 99% of non-real estate agents believe that what it means to be a realtor is to be on HGTV. And so that's what we're fighting against, because truly the amount that, unless they've been within a transaction where an agent is extremely conversational, they're really, really good at their job, the buyer or seller truly have no idea what it means to be an active agent, not a pop chart agent, but an active agent full-time. And that's what we're fighting against, or building against. I keep saying fighting, but it's building. So by posting the emotional side of real estate, telling a story about those transactions, and then, I'm a very goofy guy, so I'll throw in goofy stuff. I'm known for running in the ocean in a suit or jumping in my pool in a suit, and people follow me for stuff like that. We play games with real estate lead gen. It's called Guess That Price. We'll go over that in our class. But ultimately, it's about reorganizing the thought pattern that the public has on real estate agents. Because truly it's...
Go ahead, Josh.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. So the best thing that you guys can do in the meantime is take anything that's happening in the market that's like a hardship. So when it comes to like buyers and you get someone in contract, explain it how you did it. How did you win this multiple offer situation, and show the world how you did it? Because when that happens, people are going to come to you and trust you. But if you're not putting it out there, they're not going to know it. So that's my advice when it comes to how to like show the world what we're doing right and how we're helping people.
Yeah, and it's important to keep that to a minimum, because remember, everybody knows what you do for a living, and they honestly don't care because they have the wrong perception of what we do. But when you turn into that fun-loving, awesome, likes to have a good time, and they happen to be awesome at real estate, people want to follow you. All of a sudden, the person they've been using for 5 years or 10 years, maybe they're not so attractive as a business professional anymore. This is a good story that Nick had. So you want to talk about Jeremy?
Overall? Yeah, so the overall thing is, like, you got to think about the people you know on social media and who's the influencers, right? So I graduated with a good friend of mine. His name is Jeremy, and he bought a house in Paseo. It wasn't with me, right? So I could have got mad. I could have blocked them, unfriended them, or whatever. But we always keep our relationships tight knit with everybody, even if they don't use us, because that business can always come back to you. So he's a ER doctor in Fort Myers, and he asked me to sell his house because I friended him on Facebook after I found out that he moved down here. And from there, it just snowballed. I sold his house. I found him an off-market lot. He built a $1.5 million house, and then he referred me his friend that literally lived wanted to buy a house 2 doors down for $1 million. That was my first $1 million sale, because the closing didn't happen for the new build until later. And then from there, they gave me another ER doctor, and we're in contract literally right down the road in McGregor, where I am right now, for 1.8 million, and I sold him a lot for 250. So, just from that one connection on Facebook, who is an influencer, we did close to 6 million in volume just from that one person from social media.
Yeah, and the key from that is that you weren't petty about it, were you?
Yep. Nope, not at all.
That's the biggest thing. Instead of taking, like you said, blocking him, he just said, "Hey, congratulations." And then how long was that time frame from when you said congratulations on that property until he reached out to you? Like, how long was that?
It was about 6 months, because he didn't like the area. A lot of his friends, they're millionaires, and they want to be close together. And his area where he was, it wasn't his favorite. He didn't like how close the houses were together. He didn't like the amenities as much. So we found him the perfect place. And then from there, it's just word of mouth. It just spreads,
And during that 6 month time frame, were you talking to Jeremy, or was he just following you on Facebook?
He was just following me on Facebook until he reached out to me. I never said anything else to him other than congratulations on your property. Yep.
Exactly. So, sorry?
You mentioned Facebook. So are you using any other social media platforms? And what are the nuances of the others? What's your opinion and how much time do you spend on each?
So
Great question.
for us, yeah, great question. For us, Facebook is the alma mater. It's the 80% of our business. And so that's what we focus on. But there are other social media apps. I mean, our business partner, Steve, is really getting into YouTube. YouTube takes time to build. It's the statistic are you need at least 100 videos, and you need at least 1,000 followers. It's a very consistent kind of thing, which is also key to making social media, Facebook in general, productive type of lead generator. But there's also TikTok, Instagram. Facebook actually owns Instagram, if you didn't know that. And they made their own version of TikTok with Facebook Reels, which I have, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos, combined views of maybe 15 million or so. So there's the ability, because Facebook has the largest monthly amount of active users, there's the ability to reach massive amount of people with the click of a button. I mean, that literally, I have one video with 5 million views, and it's 30 seconds long. And I think I've probably got 9,000 followers out of all that. And I was actually getting paid for my reels on the side. That's a totally different conversation. But for us, we focus on the Facebook, but that's not, we don't cross out Instagram or LinkedIn even. LinkedIn, yep. Nick likes LinkedIn a lot. I don't mind getting more into LinkedIn, but you want to touch on LinkedIn, Nick?
Yeah, so we kind of cross recruit from LinkedIn, if you want to call it that. So what we do, and this is just like one tidbit that we're going to give, and I don't want to give away too much because then you guys won't come see us. So this is one tidbit that you can do in your marketing. It's super easy with LinkedIn. All you have to do is literally go in the search option and search CEOs in Clearwater or Tampa, and then, or you can search doctors in Tampa. And those people will pop up on your LinkedIn, and you're gonna see their names, right? So obviously you want to connect with them on LinkedIn because those are the influencers, but then you bring it back over to social media with Facebook and search their name, try to get in with a friend of theirs and then friend them, or vice versa, get in and friend them if you can. And then from there, you can actually start attacking their network with the people that they are friends with as well, because they're most likely doctors, lawyers, CPAs, influencers as well.
Yeah, exactly.
About Facebook. So regarding,
what was that?
I'm going to ask you another question about Facebook.
Okay.
Are you guys using your personal pages? Are you doing business pages? Are you boosting your posts? I know you said you have spent zero money, so you're not doing ads, correct?
No ads, no boosts, no business page, all personal.
I'll touch on business page and what they're good for. So Facebook is turning into the next Google. It's almost like an SEO, right? So you want to have presence with your business on there, just so that people can come look at reviews. Okay, just like a Google website, same thing. You want reviews on Google, you want reviews on Facebook, and the only way to get reviews on Facebook is to have a business page. So you got to have a little bit of a presence on there, but do we use it for anything? Have we ever made any money from it? No. My first year in real estate, I paid 15 grand in ads, and I worked my butt off, did 25 deals. I made like maybe $110,000, and I got sick of dealing with cold leads because they did not convert. And if they did, it took a year, it took 2 years. So that's the whole reason why we do what we do now, is because I went through those hard growing pains of paying a ton of money and working my butt off for leads that weren't even converting, or it's just like throwing it out the door, right? But it did help get my brand out there and our name out there, which I cannot say it did not. So if you're going to be spending that money, you got to do it for brand awareness more than just lead gen. And that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, and we're both of the same mindset that Facebook ads are saturated now and nobody looks at them. I mean,
yep.
Just for us, it's not a dollar well spent, because we can,
if you're scrolling through Facebook, it says sponsored. Like, people know you're paying for that, so they're not going to click on it, and it's just a waste of money. Now, maybe in a hot seller's market, you have a sweet listing that may be overpriced and you need to get eyes on it. That's probably the only time we would ever use ads.
Tell me, talk to us about the quality of the videos. Are you hiring someone to help you with the videos you're putting on YouTube? Regarding your Facebook videos, how are you doing your videos?
I guess it's kind of an in between thing for the YouTube. That's more Steven's
Mhm.
baby that he's growing. But the YouTube I would imagine would only be professional, and that's a whole other topic that we don't know enough about to even teach on, but it's something that we're looking into. Regarding the Facebook videos, for us, we find that the amateur style is more authentic and it's easier for people to watch. Even personally, for myself, when I see these highly edited professional videos, it's just I wind up scrolling past them. For some reason, there's something authentic and relatable about an amateur video. So I mean, exactly like Nick is on here right now on his phone, that's exactly what we would do. Video is not most of our content; it's a good portion of it. But we mostly use that for Facebook stories or Facebook reels. Every now and then we'll do a post about, including a video. But for the most part, the posting that we do, like if you go onto Facebook and you're going to write up a post and maybe there's a picture with it, the posting that we do is personally driven. It's story oriented. There's humor that's involved. And then with the business stuff, it's being less used car salesman. And sometimes we'll throw in some videos.
Most of the videos that we do, honestly, are like previewing properties. I mean, that's about it, unless we're like doing something crazy like what me and Josh do when we run and jump in the ocean after $1 million closing or something. Or videos of our kids and our family, just showing that we're real authentic people. We live an amazing life, and we love what we do. Those are the videos that we share. And I feel like if it's too scripted, just like if you were to shoot a video and do 100 takes to make it perfect, you're not yourself. So people aren't going to trust you as much as they are if you're going to mess up.
Okay, so
Totally.
a question from one of our agents. Alexis, do you want to elaborate on your question? That was a great question.
Oh, sure. I wanted to know, in regards to how you create content, how much do you plan in advance versus how much do you make like off the cuff the day of? You're like, I don't know, you're at a great lunch place, you want to take a photo of your food and stuff like that.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, we just share our lives while we're doing it. It's more fun that way. When it comes to planning, we're always just by the seat of our pants. When it comes to our real estate business, we are not. But when it comes to our social media, we are, just because it's more authentic that way. And you're going to hear us say that a million times. My planning, this is my planning. I wake up every morning, I get on my phone, and I find content, and I find it either through Instagram hashtags, through Pinterest, through stealing from other people, through groups. I'm in tons of groups. And if you go to the bottom of your Facebook page and touch on groups, you can just scroll through all your groups that you're in. I'm in real estate groups. I'm in local groups for our market that I take content from. I go to my memories from last year or previous years. I have 9 years of memories stored up in my phone from all my posts. And it helps me like remember and memory jog what I posted, and it gives me content. Sometimes I just copy something that I posted 7 years ago and just post it,
Yeah, the thing to remember about Facebook, and this is something we touch on in our class a little bit. So with traditional lead generation, you're out there for a certain amount of time, whether you're cold calling, door knocking, open houses, you're sending flyers. Typically, and the way that works, we're not talking against it. This is just the way that we do it. But typically the traditional methods, you're blocking off a certain amount of time and you're dedicating all of that time to lead generation. And then you have your other tasks in your follow-up time. For us, social media is a actively passive 24/7 lead generator. So the on-the-fly stuff, I mean, we have so much stuff that's in our phone that we are always taking pictures, recording. But for the most part, it's a spur of the moment thing. And we've just trained our bodies and our minds to understand what good content is because we've been doing it enough to know what's going to resonate with our audience.
And our posting is not, it's kind of like, we have to, because this is what we do. So we don't have a choice. We don't say, oh, I'm not going to post on Facebook today. We have never said that. It's always, we are going to do it and we're going to be consistent at doing it. And that's why we're successful.
And how much time do you spend on Facebook, Nick?
Maybe 30 minutes a day.
We talk about time blocking for our 20%, which is Legion. How much time do you spend on social media?
30 minutes a day.
30 minutes.
we don't scroll through feeds. We literally do it. We do it for purpose. Okay. And that's how you have to do it, because you can get sucked in for hours. Right. And next thing you know, you're out all the legion that you're going to be doing. But for us, we use it with a purpose, and that's how we've always done it. And that's why it works for us. We're not getting sucked into the media or anything else going on in the world, really. We're just using it as a business tool.
So we have a few more minutes. You guys, who has questions?
So, do you post to your Facebook professional page, then share it to your private page also? So when people tag on it, they see it. I know we've had a trainer in here once that suggested that.
We don't share anything really. But if I saw an amazing post from someone else, I literally just copy it, paste it, steal the pictures, post it on my social media. And that's just how we do, because the algorithm, when you share stuff, even if it's your own page, more people won't see it. You're not going to hit as many people. So the only time we post on our business page is if it's real estate related. And then we never share anything from our business page onto our personal pages ever. Josh, you got anything to say on that?
Yeah, the business page, honestly, it's just there. It's just there. It doesn't generate leads for us. It's a buffer to what's actually working. It's an extra kind of thing. So back to what Nick was saying, the share, when he says he doesn't share, he means he's not clicking the share button. Because when there's another post and you click a share button, it's just not good with the algorithm, and it also doesn't look good in the feed. But we typically will just post on our personal pages, and then we'll take a similar style of that post if it's business oriented and put it on the business page. But in no way, shape, or form is it a majority of what we do. The majority of what we do is on our personal page.
So some of the social media people that we've had talk about how important it is for you to comment and post on other people's pages. And you mentioned the algorithm. What's your advice?
Yes. So I have a little saying, Facebook is like a puppy dog. The more you play with it, the more it's going to play with you. And you need to utilize all of Facebook's options in order to have better results within the algorithm. So when you're commenting on other people's posts, what happens is they get put into your algorithm and you get put into theirs. So internally, you see each other's posts more often. On average, if you're not an active user on Facebook, maybe 5 to 10% of your friends list are seeing your posts. But the more active that you are, whether it's commenting, liking, messaging people, messaging is something that we really touch on in our class. But those things are all going to make your Facebook more active in the algorithm, and so that more people see your posts, which is the ultimate thing. The ultimate goal is for more people to see your posts. I have this thing, the law of large numbers is your friend. That's what we do. If we're traditionally cold calling for 3 hours, we want to call 300 numbers, talk to 50, convert 3. We have the ability to do that with Facebook, which has 3.5 billion monthly users. Everybody in that room could talk to 10,000 people in a month, and it wouldn't even touch the amount of people who are on Facebook.
So I'm going to ask a question, and we have another question. Go ahead, lady.
So they keep their Facebook page, the personal one, always what we see, or
Yeah, they don't, it's just
Public page. All right, so I have a question, just so if you have 3,000 people, 3,000 friends, how systematic are you in communicating with that many people, or do you target who you talk to? You talked about the algorithm again, about who sees content.
I can touch on that. So we do things called boom posts. So boom posts are posts that get over 100 likes up to 400 or 500 likes. Okay. And those are called the right hooks. Have it be real estate life occurrences, getting married, buying a car, going on vacation, anything like that where you're going to get a ton of likes on it. We actually go through and message the people who like it. And that it's that easy. So if you liked my post, I would message you, thank you for liking my post. How are you doing today? With an open-ended question to where they have to reply back. And by doing that, we've had people after saying, oh, we're doing great. I've been meaning to reach out to you. My dad wants to sell his house in Fort Myers. It literally happens that fast. because you doing the initial reach out after they like your post opens the door for them to come back at you because they already know what you're doing with your life and real estate. Does that make sense?
When you are reaching out to them, are you utilizing Facebook Messenger or are you commenting?
Yes.
Yeah,
If
Facebook is a different version of command for us. It's a CRM. It's a ad generator, but not ads, posts. I mean, it's a totally different beast. It's not exactly easy to manage if you're not doing it consistently, which is why consistency is key. But also touching back to, if you have 3,000 people, you could easily take 25 to 50 of those every day alphabetically and message them a simple copy and paste message. It'll take you 5 minutes.
Okay, any more questions?
Is there a difference between liking a post and actually making a comment on a post with the algorithm? Or they work the same way?
Yes. Now, when you comment on someone else's post, you're going to go into their algorithm. If you just like it, you're already in their algorithm if you like it, honestly, because you're seeing it, right? But once you comment on it and they comment back, you're going to be in their algorithm even more. So you could literally target market people and make lists of the people that you want to do business with and go to their post every single day and comment and like it.
Yeah.
All right, has this been valuable?
Yes.
And think how much more you would get from them if you took their class. So can we get you guys on the calendar next month?
Sure.
Next month is April. I'm sure we could figure something out.
We can do that.
Amber will be communicating with you.
That sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Question is, how can we find you? On Facebook, right?
Yep. Nick Westbrook and Josh Hall, and our other business partner is Steven Voronkov.
So the three of you are your team, or do you have buyers agents and more people involved?
We're expansion as well. We just expanded to Ohio and Cleveland. That was 2 days ago. We're expansion in Marco. We are also expansion in Boca Raton as well. We have 14 total agents underneath us.
Sounds great. Thanks so much. Can we give them a round of applause?
Thank you, guys.
All right, you guys.
Have a blessed
Thanks,
day.
everybody.
Have a good day.
Thank you.